Standing by for start of game. We're set.
Has anyone seen Nate Shapiro? He hasn't come into the office in like 15 years.
Come on down to Barbecue Street all week for some great deals on food and fixins'. Mondays, it's 25% off Buffalo Blasted Chicken Wings. Tuesdays, it's 50% off whatever Buffalo Blasted Chicken Wings are left over from Monday. Wednesday, we've got 10% off our famous Dry Spice Ribs. But make sure to come back on Thursday for 60% off a sampling platter of Monday's leftover Buffalo Blasted Chicken Wings and Wednesday's Dry Spice Ribs. Fridays, we kick things up a notch when you can get a free order of Buffalo Blasted Chicken Wings and Dry Spiced Rib Soup just for walking in the door. And you're not going to want to miss Saturdays when we'll give you $10 just to take some of these rotten chicken wings and ribs out of here. You don't even have to eat them, you just have to take them with you. Sundays we're closed to hose the place down. Street. You're probably gonna want to come in on Monday.
Hi, I'm Mike Builder. Hi, I'm Cookie, and if one more person adjusts the thermostat in here without my permission, I will destroy everything they have ever loved. Got that? By the looks of you two, I'd say smart money is on the under. And there's your hardware. If you think an opponent doesn't know the answer, hit your screw button and you'll force them to answer immediately. If they miss it, you win big. And your wrong answer of the game is being sponsored by...
Is it a dog? Just answer yes or no to the various photos based on whether or not you think it's a dog or not. Then you'll win the game. How fun is that? Very.
Try to choose the wrong answer, brought to you by our sponsor, to get prizes and cash. All right, here goes nothing.
Get ready, time for question. One.
First up, high fructose fun syrup. Which of these food products does not contain corn syrup? Kellogg's Corn Pop Cereal, Brock's Candy Corn, State Fair Classic Corn Dogs, or Cracker Jack Caramel-Coated Popcorn and Peanuts? Player one. Sorry, but most frozen corn dogs have corn syrup in them too. Makes them more fattening, which is a huge selling point amongst frozen corn dog eaters. Player two. The sweetness in Kellogg's Corn Pops comes merely from sugar and the love they put in. I like foods with as much corn as possible. That's why I'm pleased to announce my very own new product, Cookie Masterson's genetically modified corn-covered corn nubbins. Oh, I'm eating one now. Oh, the cream corn and corn nuts go so well together. Get some today.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Next. Fly me to the Clune. And this dis or dat is hurtling through the cosmos. Player one. Looks like you've got some catching up to do. This dis or dat is all yours. I'm going to read off 7 titles, and for each one you tell me if it's a scientific publication by Galileo Galilei or a George Clooney movie. If it's Galileo, press the square button. If it's Clooney, press the circle button. Player two. Lock in your answer before player one, because if player one gets it wrong and you get it right, you steal the cash. Cool, let's do it. Solaris. Gravity. The Starry Messenger. The Assayer. From Dusk Till Dawn. Discourse on Floating Bodies. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Oh brother, where art your brain? You know, sometimes when I look up in the night sky into the deep expanse of space, I can't help but wonder, why wasn't Monuments Men a better movie? Just one of the mysteries of the universe, I suppose.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Coming up next, you know what they say about the size of a man's fret? Considering the respective sizes of their instruments, which of these male musicians is the least likely to be accused of compensating for something? A clarinet player, a piccolo player, an oboe player, or a bassoon player? Player 1. Good effort. Good effort. Player 2. Oh no, they're definitely compensating for something. Big time. Next time, try this. The piccolo is actually a half-sized flute and the smallest of these instruments. So the piccolo player seems the least likely to be compensating for the size of their, other instrument. And as long as I've already gone through the trouble of setting up this premise, I would just like you to know, I play kazoo. How about Alt-Shift Medicine? I've been getting into Eastern medicine lately because I hate taking lots of pills, but this is kind of weird. My specialist gave me a fortune cookie.
Cookie, fortune, flat, cookie, medicine.
Not that I'm complaining. I love cookies. Let's see what my fortune says. Prescription. 1 cookie AC. Now weird. It's a prescription. I'm not great with medical abbreviations though. When was I supposed to eat my cookie? First thing in the morning, before a meal, after a meal, or at bedtime? Player 2. Player 1. Ow. I so wanted you to pick this one. AC is a common medical abbreviation used on prescriptions and means before meal. Uh-oh, I already ate dinner today. That means I took this fortune cookie at the wrong time. I just hope there's no side effect. I think so far, doesn't make a difference after all. Do you smell burning plastic? This one's called Till the Closing Credits Do Us Part. If it followed the processional order of a traditional Christian wedding, what movie would probably have come out immediately after Bridesmaids, assuming the maid of honor is a bridesmaid? A raunchy comedy called Groomsmen? A gross-out comedy called Ring Bearer? A racy comedy called Father of the Bride? Or an R-rated comedy called The Bride? Time is short. Player 2. In a traditional Christian wedding, the bridesmaids come out, including the maid of honor, last. Then the ring bearer immediately follows, then the flower girl, then the bride. The best part of the ring bearer movie is when the ring bearer comes down the aisle and steps in a huge crap left by Melissa McCarthy. That's all we got for round 1. Keep in mind, all the prizes are doubled in round 2. And don't forget, the wrong answer of the game is still there for the taking. All right, you ready? Too bad. I call this one Animation Dumb-ination. Which member of the Griffin family from Family Guy most likely got a recent APGAR score? Stewie, Peter, Brian, or Meg? Players 1 and 2? Check, please. It was begging to be picked. The APGAR scale is a detailed test used to assess the overall health of newborn babies, something that Stewie Griffin, a baby, experienced the most recently. And based on the shape of his head, he should have gotten an F-.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Why not try keep your hellos to yourself? Which one of these pop stars is giving a polite Tibetan greeting? Miley Cyrus sticking out her tongue, Justin Bieber flipping the bird, Britney Spears flashing her crotch, or Lady Gaga wearing meat? Player 2.
Whoa.
Player 1. In Tibet, some people stick out their tongue as a greeting to show you they don't have a black tongue. If they did, it would mean they are the reincarnation of a cruel 9th century king. Not that anyone would ever suspect Miley Cyrus of being the reincarnation of a cruel 9th century king. Everybody knows she's the reincarnation of Hannah Montana. Duh.
Follow me down to the sea.
Here we have trivia and stuff. Where might the CEO of Linens and Things go to shop for the materials needed to make all the store's linen and things? Flax plants and things, agave seeds and things, sheep wool and things, or silkworms and things? Players 1 and 2. Silkworms. Now, I think, and I would have to double check this, that they make silk. Were you thinking of this one? Linen is made from the fiber of the flax plant, and things are made from other things, presumably. So this might be where the CEO goes to shop. Although he would probably make somebody else do the shopping for him. I mean, this is a guy who is too lazy to finish spelling the word and. And now, low spirits. As some of you may know, our studio is haunted by a ghost named Dennis. Well, I'm proud to announce that today I've promoted Dennis to be a writer.
Ooh, thank you, Mr. Masterson.
It's great because not only is Dennis hilarious, I found out that I'm not legally required to pay a ghost. Which reminds me, Kyle, you're fired.
Again? But you already fired and rehired me twice this week.
Yeah, you're fired again. So Dennis, let's get you a desk and figure out how to get you in the credits at the end of the game. How should the end credits read if Dennis the Ghost ghostwrites for our former writer, Kyle Mortensen? Written by Dennis the Ghost, written by Dennis the Ghost and Kyle Mortensen, written by Kyle Mortensen, or written by Anonymous? Player 2, watch the time. Player 2, hate to disappoint you, but wait, no I don't. Player 1.
Swing and a miss.
No, I'll get this. A ghostwriter is employed to write for someone, but does it under their employer's name. So get ready for a lot more questions about rattling chains and moaning and unfinished business, trapping oneself in this mortal realm, blah, blah, blah.
Ooh, I also have some ideas for questions about Breaking Bad. Ooh.
Oh, good. Say hello to Flash 'em if you got 'em. What would you expect to see in a spring break video called Girls Gone Call of the Wild? Player 1, you've been screwed. You got 5 seconds to pick an answer. Get out of here! Seriously, get out of here. Player 2, that was some mighty fine screwing. Grab a few more bucks, why don't you? Player 2, the novel Call of the Wild follows a sled dog and his owners during the Klondike Gold Rush. But there is no nudity in the actual book Call of the Wild unless you count the doodles I made in the margins. Step right up to the Jack attack. When you see two clues that... Of course, who wants to hear my yapping? Oh, I'm still doing it. Sorry, here you go. Don't forget my advice. When it comes to do's and don'ts, let's focus on the don'ts. Two has it! Well, player two, I'd say you show player one who's boss. Yep, me. I'm the one who gets to say, "You don't know Jack!"
Are you moving? Do you need some strong guys to help you move? Are you emotionally cold or in need of a psychological breakthrough? Then call 3 strong guys, emotional movers.
Could you be careful with the bookcase? It's an antique.
No problem. Hey, are you okay?
I just got promoted, and all my dad said was, guess you're not so dumb after all.
Sometimes older men have a hard time expressing emotion, and they hide the love behind sarcasm and humor. Trust me, he's proud. Maybe you should give him a call.
I don't know.
I've already got him on the phone.
Son, is that you?
I love you, Dad.
I love you, son.
So give us a call and let us help you move. Also, it's okay to forgive yourself.
And now, relax into downward dog.
Ooh.
What's wrong, Susan? Is this yoga class too hard?
No, I had a burrito for lunch and I'm feeling gassy.
Honey, this is Sweet Relief Yoga Studio. We don't hold anything back.
Now, swing your foot into Warrior 2.
Whoa, did she just?
Uh-huh.
And that's okay?
Does that answer your question?
Hi, I'm Carol Cutter, and here at Sweet Relief Yoga Studio, we believe letting go leads to true health.
Hold on, I'm gagging. True health. True health is what I was going to say.
The perfect cup of coffee. That's what we pour at High Horse Coffee House. But it's not for everyone. Frankly, your taste buds probably can't appreciate how complex and rich our coffee is. And you know what? It angers us to think of you drinking it. Okay, there it is. And hey, let's take it a step further. We despise you. Our coffee is f***ing amazing and complex, and it's like from another f***ing dimension, but it's wasted. It is wasted on you. I would rather pour our coffee on a pile of manure than let it touch your tongue. That's right. You rate lower than steaming manure piles. So stay away. You just stay away, or so help me, I won't be held responsible for my actions. So remember, that's High Horse Coffee House on historic Mansion. No, you know what? F*** you.
Hi, I'm Kyle Pepper, and ever since I was a little boy, I wanted to be a professional baseball player. Well, now I'm 36 and going nowhere fast, so that's why I'm starting Kyle Pepper's Professional Baseball League. We only have 3 rules. 1, everyone's welcome regardless of gender or race. 2, every team starts with 5 runs so they don't feel bad. And 3, every Tuesday night we trade spouses.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and if you don't believe in mermaids, then what is this right here? Huh? Two players? What happened? Did you lose your pieces to Battleship? You all take care of those screws now. If you think another player is clueless, screw them and make them answer immediately. If they miss it, you win extra cash. And our wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
the 24-hour Wicker Store, because there's no telling when you'll need a wicker fix.
Sniff out our sponsor's wrong answer of the game and you'll end up with a great prize and serious cash. All right, let's make history.
Get ready, time for question. 1.
To begin with, let's talk about sext. Which of these sext messages would a sexting sexton be most likely to send to his significant other? This church graveyard is making me so horny right now. I'm wearing my construction hat and nothing else. My penis is starting to look like a skyscraper I once designed. Or, get ready, I'm sending you a pic of my junk. Yar. Players 1 and 2? A sexton is a church official responsible for maintaining the church property and performing related duties, such as digging graves. Yeah, and I bet he likes to do it in the rectory.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Coming up. Sure, the Vice Lords are dangerous, but can they dance? And you just wandered into dis or dat territory. Player 2? You're in last place, so I choose you to play this dis or dat. I'm going to read off 7 names, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's a gang listed on the FBI's National Gang Threat Assessment, or a boy band. If it's a gang, press the square button. If it's a boy band, press the circle button. Player 1. Select your answer before player 2, because if you get it right and player 2 gets it wrong, you get that cash. All right, let's get started. Backstreet Boys, 10 Mile Boys, D-Boys, Pop It Off Boys, Boyzone, Hot Boys, Star Boys. You're out of the gang. I'm sick of boy bands getting all the attention over girl groups. I mean, what's NSYNC got that One Direction doesn't? Those girls are talented and attractive.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Here's a good one. Just trolling. Why were the 3 billy goats gruff so gruff? It's not easy being a baby goat. It's not easy being a lady goat. It's not easy being a boy goat. Or it's not easy being a castrated goat. Player 1. Nuts. That's wrong. Player 2. A billy goat is a male goat. It's not easy, especially since goats don't wear pants and everyone can see your billy goat stuff. Next up, over easy in 60 seconds. So recently, I've switched over to only eating cage-free eggs. I was just feeling so guilty about eating eggs from an animal that wasn't allowed the simple luxury of moving around a few inches in a hot, crowded barn all day. In fact, I've been thinking I should extend my cage-free policy to other things in my life, like movies. So tell me, if I only wanted to consume Nicolas Cage-free movies, what film would it be okay for me to watch? Adaptation, Kick-Ass, The Expendables 2, or The Wicker Man? Player 2, Nick Cage was an adaptation, Kick-Ass and The Wicker Man, but The Expendables 2 is Nicolas Cage free, making it fine for me to watch. I know going Nicolas Cage free is the moral thing to do, but I'm gonna have to find some way to supplement my life with all the random screaming I'm missing. Player 1. May I introduce Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Seen on the cover of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus? Players 1 and 2? That's just nuts. Why didn't you pick this? While many celebrities and world leaders grace the cover of the iconic album cover, Einstein can barely be seen over John's right shoulder. Although, to be fair, if you squint, Ringo sort of looks like a kangaroo. That'll bring an end to our first round. Remember, I'm double value of each question in round 2. And I want to see some screwing. You want to win, don't you? Let's try Buzzkill Feed. What would be included in a BuzzFeed article, 12 people who are totally named Buzz? A gif of the first person to walk on the moon, a gif of the second person to walk on the moon, a gif of the third person to walk on the moon, or a gif of the last person to walk on the moon? Player 1, watch the clock. Player 1. Buzz Aldrin was the second person to walk on the moon after Neil Armstrong. You also might find him in the BuzzFeed article, 15 people who wanted to murder Neil Armstrong. Player 2. Hey, way to be wrong!
Question 7. Get out and shake your monkey bang.
Open wide for When You Wish Upon a Dead Shriveled Hand. Suppose instead of wishing on a star, Geppetto made a wish using the monkey's paw from the famous short story. What might happen to Pinocchio? He'd come to life for 24 hours, then revert back to a puppet. He'd come to life, then Geppetto would get 6 more wishes. He'd come to life, but there would be terrible consequences, or he would not come to life at all. Players 1 and 2? In the short story The Monkey's Paw, a couple is given a magical monkey's paw that grants wishes, but every wish comes at a terrible price. That's why I never trust monkeys with wishes. If I ever hire a monkey, it's to dress up in a tuxedo, play the cymbals, and eat bugs out of my hair. That's it.
Follow me down to the sea.
Here's one I like to call, Let's Get Ready to Crumble.
Cookie fortune, sweat. Cookie fortune, cookie master sweat.
Okay, for this next question. Oh great, the lights went out. We could be here for a while. Luckily, I always keep a flashlight, bottled water, and a giant bag of fortune cookies. Okay, let's see what she says. It's better to have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. Yeah, obviously. But for which of these characters is this advice too late? A Clockwork Orange's Alex, The Catcher in the Rye's Holden, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest's McMurphy, or A Streetcar Named Desire's Blanche? Players 1 and 2? At the end of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, McMurphy is lobotomized before being mercifully suffocated by the chief. Spoiler alert for a 1975 movie.
Okay, Cookie, the power is back on. Cookie? Cookie?
I'm right behind you, Bob.
Cookie, don't try to suffocate me with a pillow again. You're lost.
This one's known as Wily Conspiracy. Suppose Wile E. Coyote is chasing Roadrunner around the Texas School Book Depository building. If he falls out the window from where Lee Harvey Oswald allegedly shot John F. Kennedy, what will you hear? 3 floors worth of a falling sound, then a thunk. 4 floors worth of a falling sound, then a crash. 5 floors worth of a falling sound, then a thud. Or 6 floors worth of a falling sound, then a kerplunk. Player 1, watch the time. Players 1 and 2. Oh, you're gonna kick yourself. The totally accurate and untainted Warren Report claimed that Lee Harvey Oswald shot Kennedy from the 6th floor of the Texas School Book Depository building. Of course, witnesses claim they saw a completely different coyote fall off the grassy knoll down the street, and the Warren Report still stands by the ridiculous single anvil theory. Pucker up for cinephile dysfunction. Let's say some old guy pops a Viagra and then sits down to watch an insanely long porno. According to the official Viagra website, at what point should he immediately call a doctor if he still has an erection? The 2-hour mark of Dong with the Wind? The 4-hour mark of Dr. Javage-O? The 6-hour mark of Apocalypse Now? Or the 8-hour mark of The Hobbit? Player 1. Player 2. The official Viagra website states that if you have an erection that lasts over 4 hours, you should call a doctor immediately. Hey, it's clear that the old guy from the question isn't me, right? It's some other person. Yeah, it's just totally not me. And that's why it's funny, because it's a completely different person who doesn't resemble me at all. That's good writing. Brace yourself for the attack. When you see 2 clues that match, you already know the rules. Off you go. Oh, hey, did I ever mention I killed my own brother? Sometimes brothers just don't get along. Good luck. 2, how does it feel to be responsible for the complete destruction of another person's self-esteem? Yeah, I know, it's pretty excellent, isn't it? Player 1, if it makes you feel any better.
You don't know